Hi, I'm Salomedov. I built a bird species classifier on the CUB 200 dataset using transfer learning with ResNet 50. I'll walk through the core ideas, the model and training choices, what worked, what didn't, and a quick demo of the web app using Hugging Face. So for the problem and dataset, this is a fine-grained recognition text 200 similar bird species. My train test files follow the assignment form and file name label. I evaluate with two metrics, top 1 accuracy and average accuracy per class, macro recall. So rail classes don't get overshadowed by frequent ones. The goal is to make macros strong, not just overall accuracy. I lean on transfer learning for the key concepts. Is early ImageNet layers already capture edges, textures, paths. I only adapt the top of the network to bird-specific cues. The backbone is ResNet 50. Residuals make fine-tuning stable. I use 350 pixels in width and 320 pixels in height. Crops to preserve tiny parts like wing bars and eye rings. For evaluation, I add a cheap test time augmentation, center plus horizontal flip to squeeze out a small extra gain. For the model and training pipeline architecture, ResNet 50 to global average pool to linear layer with 200 outputs. Training is two-phase. Head warm-up with the backbone frozen stable baseline and freeze layer 4 with a smaller LR. Then the head to specialize without forgetting general features. Augmentations are light, randomly sized, crop and flip. Normalized to ImageNet stats. Optimizer AMW cosine decay with short warm-up batch 32. For the beating overfitting, to cope overfitting, label smoothing epsilon is equal to 0.1 to reduce overconfidence. Mix up with the alpha is equal to 0.1, switch off in the last 10 epochs. To smooth decision boundaries, balance sampling to give tail classes fair exposure, weight decay 3e to 4 plus early stop on macro recall so we don't overtrain, partial and freeze layer 4 only with a lower LR to add capacity safely. For experiment ladder, white improved. Here is a story. Evaluation 0 had only at 224 pixels in width and 256 in height is equal to 0.7034 slash 0.721. Evaluation 1 on freeze layer 4 plus smoothing at 320 pixels 0.763 slash 0.752. For evaluation 2, balance sampling plus mix up is equal to 0.773 slash 0.769. For evaluation 3, final LR WD tune plus early stop is equal to 0.7807 slash 0.7771. So evaluation 3 prime TTA evaluation only is 0.7849 slash 0.7806. So the gain mainly come from high resolution plus controlled unfreezing regularization and sampling polished. Results confusion matrix. Final single crop top 1 is equal to 0.7807. Macro is 0.7771 with TTA of 0.7849 slash 0.7806. The diagonal is strong. Off diagonal clusters appear in galls, terns, and warbles. Classic fine-grained look alikes where differences are tiny and backgrounds are similar. So for the class-wise top is top classes. By recall, top 10, top classes have distinct markings and often cleaner backgrounds, like white pelican, green wildtear, and rose-breasted grosbeak. So for the class-wise bottom, is a weak class are near duplicates with tiny diagnostic parts, flycatchers, warbles, or clustered scenes. So here mix-up plus balance sampling help, but high input resolution and a bit more unfreezing should push this up further. These are the most frequent wrong pairs. They hit macro the hardest. Typical CDN to least flycatcher, slutty backed gull to western gull. My next steps target these pairs plus resolution to expose tiny patterns, keep balance sampling, consider focal loss late in training, and use multi-crop TTA at a wall if latency allows. For the quick code tour, in model.py, I saw ResNet 50's final is FC for 200 way ahead. For app.py, the evaluation loop uses softmax to predictions, saves classification report.txt, confusion matrix.ccv, and metrics.json. Here is a prediction of common yellow throw. It gives accuracy 74.25%. And you see here is top 5. You can adjust here to make top to get top 7, top 4, top 3. So this is prediction, the same species. For the evaluate, in Hugging Face, we use custom. Here we need to upload folder, zip folder of test images. Here we need to wait until a file will be uploaded. So when we upload the test zip folder with test images with a custom list source, list file is test.txt, round evaluation, here we're running to get top 1 accuracy and average accuracy per class. So here we can see the confusion matrix with top 1 accuracy is 0.7816 with average accuracy per class macro recall is 0.7781. And here misclassification most confident wrong predictions. This is all for me. Thanks.